Now, later this year, construction will begin for the first part of that permanent memorial. It's going to be a survivor's walk that will lead from Pulse to the Orlando Regional Medical Center.
The Survivors Walk is moving forward. I mean, underground utility work has started, but there are decisions that need to be made about the construction. Now that the city has taken over the memorial, obviously the Survivors Walk is a Survivors Walk. It connects the memorial directly to the hospital.
We did confirm Deborah Bowie resigned her position as executive director from the onePULSE Foundation effective immediately.
After months of upheaval and uncertainty, tonight the onePULSE Foundation says it will not go on. Today the Board of Trustees announced a decision to dissolve the nonprofit. The news brings an end to a chapter in the aftermath of the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting that killed 49 people in downtown Orlando.
The onePULSE Foundation and the people associated with has made me and the other families a promise that it will honor our children, the survivors, and first responders one way or another, and that it will not allow our children to die in vain.
New at noon, another blow today to the survivors of the Pulse nightclub shooting. It appears the Orlando Health Survivors Walk won't be created. It would have traced the 3-block journey to the Orlando Regional Medical Center made by many the night of that attack in 2016. The city of Orlando tells us it has no plans to add that project to its work to build a permanent Pulse memorial. A city spokesperson told us, "We are aware of previous discussions of a survivors walk led by the onePULSE Foundation. The city's involvement is through an existing roadway project along Orange Avenue that involves expanded sidewalks and landscaping improvements. Beyond that, we are not aware of any commitments that onePULSE made." The onePULSE Foundation gave the city $50,000 as part of this project, but now that the foundation is permanently closed, the Survivors Walk project has no leader. And Orlando Health, which at one point was involved in the project, tells WESH 2 it no longer is.
New tonight at 5, it appears the Orlando Health Survivors Walk will not be built after all.
The onePULSE Foundation originally planned to dedicate 3 blocks to the victims and survivors of the tragedy at the Pulse nightclub. That was until the nonprofit dissolved at the end of last year. Now the city says it's not picking up the project and is focused solely on that memorial. Channel 9's Ashlyn Webb is joining us live tonight from where that walk would have been. And Ashlyn, survivors say this could have been a place for them to reflect.
Yes, because many of them had to make that journey to survive the morning of June 12th, 2016. Some were driven, others were seen walking from here at Pulse all the way down to Orlando Health, about 3 blocks down. 44 victims made it there, but only 35 arrived alive.
I put my bandana in this bullet hole and I held it there. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? All I could see is all these people around us trying to make it somewhere. And they're all heading that direction.
Chris Hansen says he witnessed survivors limping and carrying the wounded to Orlando Health. This all while Hansen was trying to stop 2 victims from bleeding out. Just moments earlier, they were all inside the Pulse nightclub. Now, victims were waiting on first responders and police were still arriving to the scene.
There weren't enough vehicles to load people up with.
onePULSE Foundation planned to remember the journey many survivors took. You can see this rendering released by French firm Coldefeet. Orlando Health even donated $1 million in February 2019 to have naming rights over the Survivors Walk. But now it appears the project won't happen. The city says it's focused on the memorial, and that money the foundation received from Orlando Health was spent. The hospital says the donation was unrestricted, so onePULSE could spend it on anything. Former onePULSE executive director Deborah Bowie tells 9 Investigates the money was spent on the foundation's operating cost before she joined the foundation. Survivors say the walk could have been an opportunity to reflect.
If we take that walk and just remember, okay, you know what? I survived this. There is meaning for life again. Oh, that person didn't survive, so this walk is dedicated to you because you couldn't make this walk.
Orlando Health says it never asked for that donation back. The city says the only plan they have in the works now is an ongoing project along South Orange Avenue, including expanding the sidewalk. The city says that onePULSE Foundation contributed $50,000 to that project. Reporting in Orlando, Ashlyn Webb, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.